To your left is the share location team. We let your loved ones know where you are at the push of a button. To your right is the ride check team. We check in.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I was born to do something good for humanity. I was born to make a good difference. I was born to make a good change. I guarantee that. I know it. It's going to happen at any cost, at any time. No matter how long it takes, no matter what it takes, what's the sacrifice, this is the end result. So don't pay attention to the way. It could be slippery. It could be muddy sometimes. Okay. But we need to focus on the direction, the intention, the character, and where we're going. That's what matters the most. You're not seeing what's happening on the surface to the public by design, because we've learned we don't want to beat ourselves with our words. Okay, so we have to be prepared. When we announce something, it is critical that it is perfectly aligned with what's available, okay, in reality. So for transparency, for integrity, for accuracy, we cannot say exactly what's happening in detail. Some might be frightening, okay, and not pleasant, but who said the journey of making something that is the life-changing, like Onpassive, will be just a walk in the park, or will be a slam dunk done deal without any sacrifice or without any pain? That is necessary. That is the sign of success, and we are not in any way going away or life-threatening thing. It's just some hiccups, some boundaries, some obstacles on the way, but we will get through this. Okay, now behind this jam there are other good things bubbling. Okay, so it is realistic for you to expect that eruption, okay, to happen. Just once we burst out, oh, so this has been kind of like stuck behind that wall, whatever it is, and then all of a sudden it will just explode in a good way. So this is realistic to think that way. And I want to thank you for your participation, and quickly and so rightfully, so intelligently in that survey about what products you believe they would make more impact. We should put first, second, third, all of that, and that's the reason why we're kind of like, I would say, rearranging, okay, the structure and the direction to be as effective as possible. This is all I have for my life, okay? I pledge, I can guarantee you from my side, you're going to be pleased about the outcome, regardless of how and which and this and that. Don't be buried by the details, all right? Focus on, we're going to take you to a better place than you are, okay, where you are now, and whatever you think it is. So rest assured, we're just about to experience the good of our journey. One big thing about technology as of now, okay, the evolution and transformation of artificial intelligence, which is touching so many aspects and sectors of our life. What brought me to where we are now in technology is my passion for marketing and for technology. For many years, for decades, I've been on this path of learning and engaged, involved in technologies, systems, and perhaps, marketing. One of the things that we often talk about is, what is AI and where is it going to take us, okay? And who's going to get there first, and who's going to be that, first winner, and all of that. I packaged it in a different way previously, that everyone's AI is a little different than others. Your artificial intelligence perspective or goal could be different from the other company, and in the industrial sector, or in the agriculture, or in the say digital arena. So everybody's AI is different. Is it hardware? Are we talking about the robotic? Are we talking about the monetization of the data? Are we talking about education? What? Okay, in which way? The bad news is not going to be just one, or one is going to dominate and one is just going to win and crush it. Okay. The good news, everybody can get to where they want to go without damaging and hindering the other's objective. But there's one thing, if you nail it, you definitely can own so much, and you can really be ahead of the game, which is being involved in marketing for many years now. It was quite a big evolution from the printed publications, to the mainstream media, to the billboard, to the handing cards or the stationery stuff, to the start of the .com boom, when I was pumping millions, tens of millions of emails daily. I will tell you, at some point, I had marketing campaigns, email marketing campaigns, where it was just like booming in the beginning. And I had the ability to send out daily, every 24 hours. I set my servers, my system to send out 80 million emails to data, day in, day out. Just set it up. Okay. It requires some work, some intelligence. I was able to do that myself. Okay. Obviously, I had intelligent people doing that for me. I just paid the bill. So what this allowed me to do, to crush it, whatever I wanted to sell, you give me that link, I put it in the blast, you make money nonstop. It's magical. At that time was a company called Groupon, still there, okay, by the way, Groupon, which is, they have data for the buyers, and people go to get discounts in America and all, like coupon, but they make Groupon, okay? So you get the point. So they have massive data, and they said at some point, I was sending out emails daily, more than Groupon. Put that on the record. So to give you the ability, then things were kind of like winding down and became more problematic. And then the, canned spam and spam agencies became more strict and prevented, more email to get through to the recipients. ESPs, email service providers, they got more strict. And ISPs, internet service providers, got more strict, more filtering, more of that. So it got harder. But we always found a way to up our game so we can get through, and did that. Now we're in 2024. It's not the same as 2004 or 2014, just 10 years ago. Completely different. So what we did back then, which is incredible, I can tell you, is, it's almost dead. I cannot say 100% dead. You're not going to get, okay, but it's definitely not the same. So that era is over. You got to change that. And then we got other methods, the list collection and banners and exchange or traffic. There's some, almost all of these methods and modalities are dead, fatally, okay? And they no longer work. They're not effective. So you could put your money and time and you're not going to get results. When I started Onpassive a few years ago, we were in arrangement to have a couple of sources to basically give us by the click. to give us leads and contacts. And so we are, per se, delivering traffic either by subscription or as on demand. And one of the proposals to acquire one of the companies that I was a big, partner in a way, and player in their journey for about 20 years or so. It's a long time, by the way, and they are still there, and but the effectiveness is not the same. Effectiveness and the scalability is not the same. Because of this, and thankfully to that gap in time between then, a few years ago, and now, made me rethink the source of leads and traffic. That, of course, that's a game changer. Because no matter what you do, you need audience, you need followers, you need traffic. That's the lifeblood for your business. So it made me rethink, and what would be the alternative. After interacting and studying and learning more and more and more about artificial intelligence and machine learning and data science and the data, war, I'm going to say right now, that is happening, or race, put it, more mildly, it led us to reach, what if we apply artificial intelligence to generate massive amount of traffic in real time, but more accurate in a compliance or legal way? And you heard the saying, if there's a will, there's a way. Or if you think it's a done deal, especially if you're willing to work. What I can tell you, marketing at its best is done for us. That is going to be our game, like nobody else would have the ability for marketing, because of the breakthrough that I'm talking about. Okay? I'm not going to be able to tell you the name, but in bulk, the race on AI track is going so many different directions. But to have that disruptive solution to what is the new modern marketing or traffic generating methods that we have right now. Technically, we're just talking about the same thing. You're going to buy, or put your card with Google and good luck, or one of the search engines, okay? They're going to suck your blood, all right? They will take your eyes out, and you bankrupt, and you might have a couple of buyers, whatever you sell, all right? So many things, you have to rethink them. You have to generate unlimited amount of traffic or leads at a reasonable cost, yet more accurate, relevant, and something that is, responsive, which is quite the opposite of social media. You shop for shoes and they're just going to send you ads about, surgery to your foot. Okay, it's irrelevant. So to wrap this up, to dominate the marketing, you take our journey to the next level. This is something I can tell you, what you're about to witness with us is not just a game changer, it's a life changer, okay? It's a life changer. Anything you do, you need somebody to buy from you or to follow you, all right? You need audience, somebody to listen to you, okay? So we got this. It is incredibly impressive, genius. This is something not even on the radar of so many big players. And I didn't open that until I already know the solution, and we already got that under control. So to be clear, our marketing and traffic game completely changed. So not only it will be unique and different. No, it would be unseen, never seen before, okay? And it's just unique to us. Like no competition, no other company, no other vendor, no other provider would even have a clue what we're doing. And I hope that will give you the impression is like with every hardship there is a good outcome. That's all I wanted to say. If you want me to say anything else, I'll be happy because I have another meeting coming up shortly. And I hope that I was helpful in any way.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We're about to take a deep dive into something pretty fascinating today, Onpassive.
Onpassive, yeah.
They're making a lot of noise in the tech world, especially when it comes to AI, and you know how we love to break down these complex topics. So
Absolutely.
we've got some excerpts here, some really intriguing insights into Onpassive's journey and how they're shaking things up.
Yeah, and what really stood out to me is that Onpassive, they're not just about offering tech solutions, right? They're really trying to build something much bigger.
Right, they actually call it a movement, a community ecosystem. But I gotta ask, what does that actually mean for someone like a small business owner? How does that actually translate into helping them succeed?
Right.
Because we see all these tools being mentioned, OConnect, OChat, OWallet.
Yeah.
Are these just fancy names, or is there some serious substance behind them?
I think there's some serious substance there. Let's take OConnect, for example.
Huh.
Imagine you're running a business and you've got teams all over the world, different time zones.
Right. Yeah, the global workforce.
It's a nightmare trying to keep everyone on the same page.
Yeah.
You're juggling a million different apps, video calls, project management, file sharing, and then you throw in language barriers.
Yeah, it's a mess.
It's a mess. But OConnect brings all of that together in one platform. And get this, it even has real-time translation built in.
Wow.
So suddenly, working with someone who speaks a different language, it's no longer a big deal.
So it's really about breaking down those barriers, those real problems that people are facing, and simplifying it.
Exactly. It's streamlining everything, making global collaboration seamless. It's a game changer for businesses.
Definitely no more excuses for not going global, right?
Right.
But you mentioned this whole community ecosystem thing, and that's a term we see a lot with Onpassive. But how is it any different from, just having a regular user forum?
It goes way beyond a forum. It's about fostering a sense of shared success, not just for the Onpassive founders, but for all the users, the whole community.
Yeah.
They have things like collaborative workshops, mentorship programs, shared resources. It's an environment where everyone's learning, growing, supporting each other.
Right.
It's about adapting and thriving in a world that's changing really, really fast, And that's something businesses need more than ever.
Yeah, constantly evolving, staying ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like Onpassive is really committed to that. And this community aspect really seems to tie into their global vision too, right?
Absolutely. They want to make these tools available to everyone, big or small, anywhere in the world. It's about democratizing technology.
Making it accessible.
It's not just something that giant corporations should have access to.
So it's leveling the playing field in a way. Now, you can't talk about Onpassive without talking about the man behind it all, Ash Mufareh. The sources really paint him as a visionary leader.
Right.
What's your take on that?
I think Mufareh is, well, he's not just riding the AI wave, he's actively trying to shape it. His vision for Onpassive, it's not just about business success, it's much bigger than that.
Yeah.
He sees AI as a tool for positive change, a partner in human progress and on a global scale.
That's a pretty ambitious vision, but certainly an inspiring one. And speaking of the future, Onpassive is really big on sustainability. And they're not just talking the talk. They're developing tools like Audit and OVirtual with sustainability in mind.
Exactly. And I think those tools really highlight their commitment. I mean, think about how much paper we still use in business. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Audit allows businesses to digitize their documents securely and get rid of all that paper. It's a huge step towards eco-friendly operations.
Reducing that footprint.
And then you've got OVirtual, which lets you host virtual meetings, events, conferences. No more flying all over the place, which is, a huge contributor to carbon emissions. So it's a practical approach to tackling these sustainability challenges challenges, and I think it's really commendable.
Yeah, weaving sustainability into the very fabric of their technology. It's definitely a different approach.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a pretty holistic picture emerge here. Powerful AI, this focus on community, a visionary leader, and then this commitment to a sustainable future.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive, actually.
It really is. It makes you think, does this model, could this be, the blueprint for other businesses as AI becomes more and more integral to our lives?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is, and it's something to think about as we continue to explore Onpassive and other companies like it. But for today, I think we've had a pretty insightful deep dive into Onpassive's world.
We definitely have.
A lot to unpack, a lot to consider. But, as always, we encourage you to keep digging, keep asking those questions, and form your own conclusions. And who knows, maybe Onpassive's approach will inspire a whole new wave of businesses in the future.
Maybe so, yeah.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Keep exploring.